Hey friends, Rodamon here for another episode of Vatgrown Massacre. So this will be episode 15, and I hope to dig my heels in and get a lot done. Ideally, as I've said before, I really want Beasts of Burden. I want animals that can haul, preferably Muffalo. I've disallowed Tame for this playthrough, but then realized how important Muffalo are going to be for what I'm trying to accomplish. So it's a little annoying to be so reliant on an animal I can't tame, because it'd be really easy for me to tame them, and then I'd be back at war. I could probably change the scenario on the fly, but I've already committed to it, so I don't really want to do that. Alright, so we mined out all the chem fuel here. Let's go ahead and look around. Having all this extra chem fuel is going to be quite nice. We're going to need it. I'm just going to assume that this here is steel, so let's go ahead and plop that down. We have plenty of steel right now. We have almost 3 grand of it. And it will probably be a pretty useful construction material. So I shouldn't forget about that. So another thing I wanted to do before it gets too cold is to sun lamp up my farm area here. And then roof it off, and that also probably means that I need a little bit more power generation. So I'm going to go ahead and expand that just a bit. And by a bit, I mean like considerable amounts, because the power grid that I will require will be pretty intense. And that's going to use a lot of my components, which is too bad, but it's just the way it is. I might also want to add some additional batteries at some point. This is looking pretty good. And that didn't burn through all of our components. Ooh, a combat supplier. Alright, let's see what they have to say. I'll buy components, even though they're overpriced. I get to sell a bunch of my marble crap. My clubs and whatnot. Who needs it? I do need one melee weapon, but I think I'm going to craft it for my one brawler. Yeah, we don't even break even, but who cares? I'm buying components anyway. We have really gotten through our backlog of dumping stockpile stuff. I would say like an insane amount of this backlog. And this is all like nice, smooth stone. It actually wouldn't look that bad to use it for some construction purpose, because there's quite a lot of that nice, smooth stone stuff. Oh, thrall. When are you going to get over this? In a season in 2 days? Well, that's not too bad. Yep, alright, so it was steel, as I guessed, projected. Now I'm just waiting for them to finish all these little deep drills here so that we can start on the farm. And once I have that farm going, whether I get Beasts of Burden or not, I'm planning on taking the fight north. Or south, rather, because I already have the north kind of defeated. Ooh, okay, double strand. That's much better than this monkey leather crap that it sent me before. Boom rat leather, rather. Alright, so how I'm going to do this is I'll create a zone like this. Obviously, we can remove what's outside of the walls and label it double strand. And this way I'll know more easily where I need to put my sun lamps. So I'm just going to do my best to try to cover the area. So we'll see what that covers. So if I create a grow zone here, obviously I missed this spot. I miss a spot down here as well. But I am doing what I can to try to expand the zone to cover the farm. Alright. So that's what we've got so far. We also don't have a spot here. And to make it clear, we're not growing where the lamps are. We'll go ahead and remove that. Alright, so far so good. We're covering a bit. And I'm obviously going to have some holes here. But that was somewhat to be expected. You can't perfectly lay it out so that it covers everything. And then additionally, we're going to need to, oh, yeah, right at the bottom I have spots. Additionally, we're going to need to add some heaters and a roof. That kind of goes without saying. Ooh, exotic goods. Okay, that's what I like to see. Okay, they have a lot of components, expensive components, but a lot of components. Bionic eye, yes. Medicine neurotrainer, AI core. What else can I trade here? They don't have any animals that will help me haul. But I'd say that's a pretty good trade. Go with that. So I don't think I need more medicine on Agil. I'm going to do it on Kasaja. Unless actually one of these... Thrall number 1 has a passion for it. Let's see if any of them else have passions. Alright, we'll do Thrall number 1. Alright, so he's at 11. That's probably about the same as Kasaja. Oh no, that's way better than Kasaja. Alright. Kasaja, you are no longer Doctor. Thrall is. And Thrall number 2 is also a doc, but she's much lower. Tandon here is going to immediately get that new eyeball. Right eye. We'll have Agil do the surgery. That has been a long time waiting. Alright, so now he is not at a disadvantage, he's at an advantage, which is pretty awesome. So for the longest time there, he was really disadvantaged into crafting. Or into construction, I should say. He was never really a crafter. So we're almost done with this farm area. Getting close. Once we're done, we can roof it off. I don't know what their aversion is to that last little sun lamp, but they haven't really utilized it, have they? Alright, here we go. Tannen's doing it now. Alright, so anything that's not covered by the zone right now won't be. Won't be ever covered by the zone. And I'm going to go ahead and roof this off That way, we don't lose crops in the winter. I'm not exactly sure how many heaters I'm going to need for this area. I'm just going to make a rough estimate, and if we have a cold snap, I might need to add some more. I suppose we'll see. But at least this is a good start to year-round, high-volume farming. Alright, I might need a limestone block here to support a roof. I'm thinking that's kind of what Tannen is saying to me. This spot is unroofed. And then let's go ahead and install some heaters. Doesn't really matter that they're spread out, but I'm just doing that anyway. Alright, so now it's indoors. It's properly, formally indoors. So plop some heaters on there and we'll be pretty good. Now fingers crossed, you know what? You Muffalo are getting a wee bit too close to my farm. And there's a price to pay for getting too close. That is to say, death. Immediate death. Alright, flash storm immediately followed by rain. That's nice. Normally I don't get that lucky. Double Strand Farm. What is already called Double Strand? Now I'm a little confused. Grow Zone. What are these names? Rice 1. Rice 2. Honestly, we could just make this one big rice zone. And of course it didn't work, because I misclicked or something. Alright, Grow Zone. There we go. Called the rice paddy. Heal root. I'm going to start putting hay grass here. It gives something the raiders can burn, so that they lay off of my deadfall traps immediately. And if I do get beast of burden, that hay grass will make for good kibble. Nope, not allowing beavers. Agia, let's switch weapons though. Ooh, an excellent sniper rifle. You know, it actually might be worth trying to craft up some really good assault rifles. Also, let's see who needs smoke pot belts. So we don't need one there. Mastema needs one, and that probably means that Iseth will need one too, so we'll craft 2 more as well. Murder of beavers. They're not even bothering to haul them or anything. They're just straight up murdering as many as they can. I find funny. Alright, so we have our hay grass sown. What killed you, grizzly bear? I haven't really dealt with the hostile fauna. Maybe I should at some point, but haven't done that yet. Alright, so we have all of our heaters. I'm going to start to offset the temperatures. So 4, 2, 0. And that way they're not all on. And that might not be enough heaters for that area, but we'll start with 6. And looking at our batteries, we expended our power grid, I would say, enough, because our batteries are still nice and full. Wow, get out of my base. Alright, so we just cooked up an assault rifle. Is Iseth still holding it? No, she put it down somewhere. Oh, it's just normal. Well, that's a bummer. Why isn't it better, Iseth? You're 19 out of 20. If I was to say I expected more, I wouldn't be lying. I expected so much more than that. So I'm going to give a little dumping stockpile here. We'll do this little comb pattern so that so we don't get stuck having to crawl over the area. It's a nice little trick I do every now and then when I have the room, in case people want to haul some of the slag that we've queued up to haul. Oh, at least we got inside before that daze. We almost started dazing right in front of a bear. Alright, I am 15 minutes in. Given that I have a Power Claw and Bionic Eye, it might be time to go raiding. I feel like it's a little premature, because I don't have anything to send turrets with, other than the pods. Alright, yep, that's annoying. See, this is what I mean by the home zone. That's obviously an area I don't need protected in any way, shape, or form. It's not, my walls aren't flammable. I'm not at risk. And yet it warns me and makes me go firefight. In fact, I can delete most of that. Alright, that's a little better. I guess this is technically a farm I have. I'm not going to put it over the hay grass, because if enemy raiders set the hay grass on fire, I don't want to go running out there trying to put the fire out and have to stop my pawns from basically killing themselves. That wouldn't exactly be an ideal scenario to have happen. Alright, so we just cooked up a sniper rifle. Poor, I think it was. I don't know what Iseth's problem is, but she's been making some real crap lately, I gotta say. Let's go ahead and make a longsword. Hopefully it won't be crap. Out of plasteel. For, I think, Thrall 3? Yes, Thrall 3 is the brawler. And I'll also cook up a shield belt. If I could find it. Shield belt, there it is. Alert fire, yeah, once again. Not really. Obviously I'm not painting this all that well. Yeah, Thrall, you're starving and exhausted because you're in a daze because of a divorce. I don't blame you. That's pretty crappy. And you have collapsed. So obviously, as you can all see, I am bad at MS Paint. Stay in between the corners, but I can clean it up afterwards. Alright, so I keep getting fire warnings for where? Oh, well those are legitimate fire warnings. I don't actually want the fire near my drills. So that's fair. But yeah, my limestone walls don't really run the risk of setting on fire. Starvation. Go eat. And go sleep. That catharsis hasn't really done very much, huh? Totally joy deprived. Well, that's kind of your fault for wandering around not knowing what to do with your life. Alright, so that's slightly impressive. We got a little bit better once we removed. Well, that's a pretty big swath of the map that just got burned now. And you can see old burns because they're kind of missing trees. You know, this place is burned. It is interesting that like there's a living history in the amount of trees that you'll have around you. Alright, I might not have the patience for one more trade ship in order to arrive. Okay, so we just made our longsword for Thrall 3. It's good. Oh no! A bunch of emus went crazy. Easily solvable. Oh really, you're gonna pound on my doors? That's cute. Oh, no. That's not gonna happen. Alright, let's get up there. We ain't losing a slave to an emu. Ooh, you're the meleeer. Let's go hack the emu up to bits. Well, Iseth made short work of that. Thrall, no permanent injuries. That's what I like to see. Guess I should make a vitals monitor. Another one. Has this emu... Oh, kaplunk. That might have been the last of it. Alright, so we finished with the smoke pop belts. All we have left is the shield belt. The quality of the smoke pop belts don't concern me nearly as much. I don't think it makes that much difference. I think it's, what, a radius difference maybe at best? Like here's a good one with a radius of 4.2. Yeah, so it's a slight radius increase, but in the scheme of things, really not a big deal. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so it's pretty cold out. It's 43, which would have inhibited growing, but in here it's a toasty 68, which is perfect for what we're aiming for. Let's go ahead and flagstone a bit more. Eventually we'll all be with this beautiful flagstone color, this beautiful limestone flagstone. I have no idea why they cut that tree down just now. Can't say I really care. Alright, so we're 25 minutes in. I think what I'm going to do is pod to the enemies with disposable... let's cancel that. Disposable battery and disposable turrets. I can just remake the turrets. I have the resources to do it. So, although I didn't want to have disposable attack stuff, I might not have a choice until I get those beasts of burden, but I want a little bit of action, and killing a bunch of tribals with turrets will be friggin' hilarious, so that's my plan. So I'm going to load up a little bit. Well, we need to uninstall those batteries first. Ooh, screwed up on a vitals monitor. Not cool. Alright, so these two at the top. Let's load these up. So we'll say 2 turrets. Ooh, I don't have the batteries in storage yet. Let's haul the batteries. Ooh, yay, everything breakdown. I feel like breakdown is honestly too common of an occurrence. Okay, it still is only reading that I have 1 battery. Okay, I have more than 1 battery in storage. I don't know why it's not reading that. I think it just hadn't updated. Okay, there we go. 2 batteries, 2 turrets, 120 steel. And the rest will just be food, meds. Yeah, just food meds. But if I'm going to do disposable turrets, having like a surplus of steel and plasteel and components is always not only welcome but necessary. I think I'm going to go ahead and pause the stone blocks. I really don't think I need... Well, maybe unpause. Well, let's say I still have need for limestone, so if they want to run out and make limestone, have at it. Alright, and now comes sunup when everyone's awake and fresh and ready. We'll go pod over. I think these are done loaded. Nope, they're not. Still loading in progress. Oh, there we go. Finished loading. So now that everyone's up, I'm going to change... Actually, I'm not even going to change her clothing preferences. I'm just going to tell her to wear what she wears. Make sure everyone has right guns, and they do. Load these 3 pods up with 25 meals, and actually, you know, take all the meals. And that's it. Just meals and some meds. 10 meds. Alright, let's get loaded. I don't know why they're... Okay, well, whatever. They're loading it up. Okay, so I'm going to pod my attackers first. September. Drop it edge. Okay. Gonna slow time down. I don't want it full speed. Now let's resupply. Let's not misclick like before. And where are we? Seriously, where are we? We just probably haven't landed yet. There we go. That was a little confusing. Okay. So let's resupply. And we'll go ahead and put it down there. Now I'm just making sure they hold stuff I want to hold. I don't want it just like sitting around. Pods have arrived. Go ahead and install the batteries. Install the turrets. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. And what little steel we have, we'll use. Guess I can afford a door here. Oh, out of steel. Okay, I don't really trust you. After having failed the first time, like immediately. Okay, and now let's go piss off the locals. It's pretty good starting piss off. Connect one turret to each battery. And we don't need to kill them all, just enough for their outpost to collapse. Okay, Tana got hit. Not seriously, but all that smoke pot will actually help benefit us. Give us a wee bit of cover. Anyone coming to melee gets top priority. Ain't no one making it past my walls here. Did someone else just... Oh, they broke the steel that was in the middle. Gotta take slightly better cover. These turrets seem to not fire past the smoke pots, so the smoke pots are actually kind of backfiring a little bit. Like, not being able to see through it is kind of an issue. Gonna try to get Tandon out there. Yeah, they're slowly disintegrating my walls, as you can see. So I'm having to take better cover. No serious injuries yet, and they're broken. Alright. Stemma, you're not really... Yeah, you're not really a doctor here. Well, let's go ahead and shoot as many as we can on their way out. That was fun. I don't know what I feel about smoke pot belts now, actually. I'm going to go ahead and just... for workers... No, for soldiers, disallow them. Because they kind of just disabled our own turrets, which was not cool. Alright, so we're already all bandaged up. I'm a little curious as to what they have here, but quite honestly, I'm probably not going to end up taking any of it. But I might want just like a good night's sleep in beds, if they have beds. Okay, that's not beds. Still not beds. Still not beds. Still not beds. Nope. Nope. Do you guys like what? Sleep on the floor for fun? Not a bedroom. Bedroom. There we go. That's 2 beds. Alright. 2 beds. Not to say I can't make more. Get a good night's sleep in this area here. That way we can hit the road fresh tomorrow. It's probably, yeah, it's in the other zone. So another thing that happened is some of our clothing got shredded. So what did we lose here? We lost 2 shirts. So although I'm not going to have anyone crafting right now, once we get home, we will tailor a few shirts. Let's get rid of all this junk. And you know what? Their needs are kind of met. I'm just going to go ahead and reform caravan. We can hold some stuff here. Maybe hold the steel. Some steel. And yeah, I'm just going to hit the road. Because we're going to go ahead and attack some additional targets. No rest for the wicked. I know it's normally weary, but in this case, I think wicked is more befitting. Ooh, do we have a short circuit somewhere? Let me check my power grid here. Kind of looks as if something's shorted, because all of our batteries went kaput. But I see no obvious signs of a short anywhere. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we're not generating power, that's for sure. Let me make sure the geothermals are connected, which they are. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going on. But we have a combat supplier, so let's go say hi. Sniper rifle poor, assault rifle normal. Buy components. That's about it. Ooh, a green helmet. That's cool. Not that I need it, but it's neat. Alright, so we're about to have a brownout. The farm is staying nice and warm. I think the brownout's probably due to the eclipse. Okay, eclipse is over. Power is getting restored. I would say not much to worry about. So I think this thrall. Yeah, your primary task is going to be to clean. Got ourselves a dirty base. All that dirt is pissing you off. You're now solely responsible to clean it. So we'll be there in 1.4 days. So one thing I wanted to do was to make another turret, another plasteel turret. Just plop it in there. And maybe I'm going to uninstall 2 of the backup batteries. Actually, I'll install all 3. And ship one of them to the next spot with some steel. That also means we need make some transport pods back. So yeah, we have some constructors here. I'll crank up their requirements for construction. So we got all those transport pods back. We have plenty of the chem fuel to fuel that back up. That's also not an issue. We'll get this turret up and running. Once I install these batteries that are full, we'll reinstall some more backup batteries. So I'll install that turret. Alright, so those backup batteries are now shippable. Let's reinstall some. Oops. Didn't mean to click there. Let's reinstall some backups. Flick it on. And this way I can resupply our raid team with some additional siege weapons, and I can just keep doing that until I have the beast of burden. It's certainly not efficient. I'd much rather be shipping around the same sets of turrets everywhere I go, but at the moment I don't really see an alternative until we have dromedaries, muffalo, alpaca, something. We're just stuck in this sort of weird, unfortunate limbo scenario of needing those kind of animals and not having them and not being able to tame them. Is there any chem? Nope, no chem fuel behind that. No. Get rid of that. Looking pretty good. Our home zone's finally somewhat reasonable. All right, so we're ready to ship. I guess we can haul this. There. Now we're ready to ship, and I'll just load that up now, so we can ship it when we arrive. So that's 2 turrets, 1 battery this time. And the steel walls really did break pretty quick. So I'm going to go ahead and bring 20 granite and the rest steel. The granite will be the sort of more important front walls, the ones that get pummeled the most. And I'm hoping that will make a significant difference. Maybe it won't. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know, we've tried. So our double strand here has, I think all of it has reached a point of maturity, yield maturity, where if I mined it now, I wouldn't lose out on it. We're almost there, so I'm going to go ahead and prioritize the loading of these pods. It's be real unfortunate to not have our weapons when we arrive. Alright, so they're all loaded up. And I'm going to go ahead and create some more batteries to ship and turrets as backup. Our people are descending upon. Yep, that was good timing. And the tribals are easy to defeat. The pirates and the outlanders are going to be less easy. So I've got to take a little bit more consideration when attacking them. Alright, where am I? I walked in, so here, yeah, there I am. Attack has begun. Alright, granite blocks. 1, 2, 3. And maybe I'll actually get better at designing this as time goes on. Maybe not. It's quite possible that that is not true. All right, for now, let's flick these off. How much more steel do I have? Probably not enough to do that. Is there any easy access steel out here? Well, you all don't want to do your tasks. They're just like... Let's leave that open. They're just like, oh, I want to watch the stars or sunset or whatever the hell they're looking at. Yeah, I'm gonna... Okay, fine. They're all asleep. I just have to make sure that they don't rush me while I'm asleep. It's one problem with like walking in on raids is they're really not in a position. They're not, you know, they all wanted to sleep. So be a little cognizant of that. Batteries are filling up. Oh, let's go ahead and uninstall these. Save us a little power. Okay. Wakey wakey. Think it's time to wake up. Now, of course, their angle of attack might not be from the south. So my constructions here might not be that great, but they'll do. Time to fall back. Do some flicking. Alright, so they're getting all up in my face here. I can back up so I can take shots. Let them flood through and flood the area. Yep, that actually worked quite well. Maybe it was a slightly less populous town, but they gave up pretty damn quick. Oh, some tattered apparel. Mistema getting hit a few times. Ruined something. What am I doing here? Orders. Claim. And let's go check out what we got. Another shirt. Downed. Yeah, so obviously tribals are a little low-hanging fruit. I'll happily admit it. They're not hard to kill. Like, not even a little bit hard to kill. Turrets might be a little overkill. But you never know. Sometimes there are defenders that have like 20 shooting, and sometimes there are defenders that feel the need to melee and get obliterated immediately. So I'm going to start heading home. I'm leaving the remaining cluster for sort of a on-foot raid. But let's take their gold. And some herbal meds. Alright. So I'm headed home. We have about 12 minutes left in this episode, so I'll easily get there in time. Make some shirts. I'm actually quite glad I have this indoor farm, because we'll be in need of that extra devil strand for sure. We're actually finally kind of low on components. I'm just flicking things off to try to conserve power. Doing my best to conserve a little power. Get these batteries filled up a bit easier. There's a lot more I could flick off, obviously, but I think I've done a pretty good job of flicking what I've needed to. Alright, Kasaja. Let's see what they have. Come on, Bionic Arm. Crafty Neurotrainer. Ooh, Bionic Arm. Ooh. Right as I requested. That is what they have. I'm not going to sell my Naturamine. You never know when you need it. Alright, I'm definitely going to buy the components. Absolutely. They don't really have any beasts that haul. That's a little too bad. Yeah, I guess it's fine. Paying out the nose for that stuff. That stuff was not cheap, but Mastema will benefit from a bionic arm. Honestly, part of me wants to give it to Iseth so she crafts better, faster. I might, because 96% is pretty close to full, and Iseth could use it. So I might do that. That might be in the works. Thrall is... Yeah, of course you're going to get rebuffed by Kasaja. One of the problem I have in this game is, like, the ridiculous amounts of cheating. Everyone flirts with everyone, regardless of the situation. So that's 200. That's another 200. Takes a lot to put flagstone down. Let me tell you. Looks so warm from up here, because the map doesn't really become white for winter. Then you look down here and it's like, ooh, yeah, it's cold. Alright, so it's winter temperatures and it's totally fine in the farm. 100% totally fine. What about our crafting areas? Why is this outdoors? Oh, no, it's indoors. Okay. I got attacked by nothing. Cool. Victory! I'm so confused. So they'll be back in 1/10 of a day. We will be... Let's go ahead and have them haul what little limestone there's left on this map, which there really isn't much. I've crafted and hauled most of it. Oh, I guess there's some in the southeast. Yeah, there's still some left. Definitely, there's plenty left. Okay, so we are home. Immediately, I'm going to clear forest for Iseth, and I have decided she's going to get the bionic arm. She could use it more than Mastema, honestly. But I want Agil. Okay, Thrall, stop. I want Agil to do the operation, not Thrall. Okay, Thrall, you're pissing me off now. Agil. I feel like I just had this conversation. There we go. That's nice, Thrall, that you think you're a doctor. I guess you're at 11. But it's still not quite as good as Agil here, who's higher. Plus, he does all the field, the surgery, so we need him nice and high for meds. Alright, so their bedroom's heated. All their bedrooms are heated. Prison's obviously not. I don't have anyone in there yet. Okay, a bionic arm. Efficiency's gone up. I think you should be better crafting now. I'm gonna do a quick gear check. Make sure we don't need... Oh. Iseth needs a shirt for sure. 66 on pants, 53 on pants. So let's get some pants in that mix too. You're fine. You're fine. You need some pants. What's your shirt at? Oh, you need some shirt and pants. Yeah, we're definitely going to need that Devil Strand up. Alright, you'll need some pants as well. And you're fine. Well, what is that shirt at? 85? Yeah, you're fine. And that's probably more double strand than we have. We could harvest a little early. I'm not necessarily against that. So let's look at your crafting skill now. Crafting. Or tailoring, I guess. Sight, global work speed, manipulation, yeah. Looking good. It's going faster. So that was what, Masterwork? Masterwork shirt? Yeah. That was a fine investment, I'd have to say. Okay, we got a lot of the extra paving done. It's hard to kind of tell. Superior. I think shirts are more important. Shirts cover your vital organs, whereas pants don't. Because in this game, it's not like you can get hit in the femoral arteries or anything. There's not a notion of vital organs below the belt. Staying nice and warm. Perfect. Yeah, I mean, most of this double strand would already probably be dead had it not been for our farm expansion project. Oh, we have enough to make, I think, all the clothing. I'm going to make one more spare shirt, maybe. They could also use toques, but given how often we're inside in heated areas, I don't think that's mission critical. Alright, 200 more limestone. I don't know what my obsession is with getting this project done, but... Yep, okay, so everything just died to cold. So that would have also been our double strand had we not had the indoor farming. So that's pretty cool. Although, only little bits of it have died. There hasn't been like a hard frost yet, but we're still in actually September. We're only a little over 2/3 of the way into fall. So it would have been a little bit of an annoyance if we lost our double strand at this point. Although it had grown. So seeding it, when I seeded it, we might have had enough time to do it anyway. But I'm glad I did it the way I did it. Alright, let's get one more shirt out of the double strand here. So we have surplus. As you can see, people have been shedding their damaged clothing. I wonder if Thrall 3 ever got a... You never got your shield belt, did you? We can go enable that. Need materials. What do I need for a shield belt? I need uranium. Alright. I can do that. I forget exactly where the uranium node is. So I'll flick that on. Alright, that should be good for uranium. Also, I just realized Thrall might be able to make medicine now. 3 craft. Yeah, he can make medicine, so let's do that forever. Let's get rid of that. Because you need to be a crafter and a medic. Alright, so we have a deep drill for uranium now. For that shield belt. And a little solar flare. Ain't that swell. Well, we'll do our hauling and the like during solar flares. That's our tradition. Bringing all that limestone in. I might need to even make this zone a little bigger. Now they could, I don't know why they're, yeah, okay. 10 and used it correctly. I was going to say they're walking over spots needlessly, but then 10 did it the way I had sort of designed it and intended it to be. All right, so we have 300 more limestone. There's that chunk. Base is starting to look pretty nice, must admit. Yep. So he can make meds now. Not very quickly. It's super frigid in there as well. But it's progress. But looking at the clock, I am out of time for the rest of this episode. So I'm going to leave it at this. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I get some beasts of burden next episode so that I can go and plow the south, plow this area, get all that cleared out in one episode. That'd be fun. And thank you for watching. Drop me any comments, feedback, etc. in the channel. I'll be sure to get back to you, and I'll catch you all later. Adios, friends.